jurisdictions. Think about it. Every school district in America is having this decision to even have the whole instance on mask or no mask. So this has been a pandemic with a lot of different ideas out there. Hi, everyone. I'm your host, Mike Page. Welcome, everyone, here to the next hour of Live Now from Fox. Our next story here is a really interesting one. We're going to go out to California, where a California pastor is handing out COVID-19 vaccine exemption letters. And I thought that was really interesting, so I wanted to speak with him. And we have him right here live right now. This is Pastor Greg Fairrington with the Destiny Christian Church. Thank you so much for joining us and taking the time to talk to us.
Pleasure, Mike. Thanks for having me.
All right. So the first question is, how has the response been? When did you first start putting these letters out?
Yeah, I just want to make sure everybody understands this is a religious exemption. It's not an exemption card. And we are not anti-vaccination at all. We believe a person should have a choice. So we started having this conversation about 2.5 weeks ago, consulted our legal counsel and said, what's the right way to do this if somebody feels like they have a moral conviction against taking the vaccine?
And how has that response been from your parishioners?
Overwhelming. I mean, we did not anticipate this, but we had people in the healthcare profession, schools, as you just mentioned, government employees, and they were coming to us and saying, we need help. We're going to lose our livelihoods. And so on Sunday, we had 3,000 people in line to receive one of these religious exemptions. And I want to make it really clear that somebody has to feel morally compromised by the vaccine. This is not an excuse not to take the vaccine. This is a decision to say we have freedom of religion guaranteed in the First Amendment, and there are some things in the vaccine that I feel morally compromised, and I don't want to take it.
I saw on your social media pages that you had maybe a special service and prayer for those that wanted to get this letter. Now, how do you think, though, it's going to hold up if it has to go to court?
Well, I hope it holds up, because this is how our America was founded. The bedrock of America is freedom of religion. That's why our forefathers came here. And so I think it's at the core of who we are constitutionally. The First Amendment, you should not be mandated to do something that violates your religious convictions.
And when we talk about this pandemic now going on for 1.5 years, would you feel for most Americans that really parts of their freedom have disappeared in this pandemic?
I believe we're losing our freedoms. I believe that wholeheartedly. Go back 1 year, we opened our church on May 31st. Our governor said you can't do that, but we believed that we had the right and the freedom to do that. And eventually our Supreme Court said to our governor, you can't prohibit people coming together and worshiping. So yes, I believe our freedoms have been taken away from us. And I don't want to be somebody that's not responsible, but at the same time, we don't lose our rights because we're in an emergency act.
And Pastor, have you seen other churches around the area from you take this up? Have there been others that are gravitating towards what you've been doing?
It's just starting that right now. We're kind of leading the way, but we have been inundated with emails from church leaders saying, can you help us in this process? Because they're experiencing the same thing. They have people in their church who are fearful and don't want to take this vaccine. They feel morally compromised. And so we're reaching out to these pastors who have reached out to us. But I want to emphasize, we have received literally thousands of emails from people who are scared to death that they're going to lose their future, their livelihoods, their homes. It's something they went to school for, a job, and because they don't want to take this and they feel morally compromised, they may lose their jobs. And that's just not America.
Yeah, we've been seeing it more and more, these large corporations and then even hospitals and doctors' offices putting those vaccine mandates into place. Now, without naming names, can you just maybe describe some of the things when you've been giving out these letters? Can you maybe just describe what some of the parishioners have said right after or have told you maybe?
We've had, I mean, it's heartbreaking because people are in tears and they are so grateful that somebody's trying to help them. And we want to be there. And so we've had nurses, we've even had doctors, school teachers, and it's heartbreaking. I mean, they're fearful of their future and they may lose everything that they've worked for 20 plus years. And we can't allow this to happen. We have to address COVID. I understand that. But if we start laying off or firing people out of all these industries, we're going to collapse. We can't do this. Our nation can't survive this.
And is there anything else that you'd like to add? Maybe I didn't ask you about as we go forward here. Now, has there been any outside groups or people pressuring you to stop this, threatening maybe to take you to court?
Nobody's threatened us to take us to court. There are people who don't like what we're doing, and America has the opportunity of freedom of speech, and they can do that, and that's fine. So yes, there's been some opposition. Nobody's threatened us to go to court. We have, like I said, been inundated. I mean, we can't even keep up with the volume of emails that we're getting all over, the United States. And of course, COVID allowed our church to expand through media. And so it's not just a physical presence anymore. 25, 30,000 people watching us online on a Sunday. So they make this their church home, even though they're not here and they are wanting help. And so, again, I want to emphasize, I am not anti-vaccination, but I am pro-freedom. People need, if they feel morally compromised, the ability to make that choice.
All right, Pastor Greg Fairrington with Destiny Christian Church. Thank you so much for telling your story. And will you keep up? Yes,
Mike. Can I just say this? I think we all also should be praying for our Americans in Afghanistan and the firefighters here in California. America's in the midst of a crisis, and people need hope, and that's why the church is here. We offer the hope of Jesus Christ. So that's the message we want to bring to people.
Yes, absolutely. Great message there, and we're hoping for everybody for the best there in Afghanistan. Thank you so much. We truly appreciate it. And will you keep us updated on everything that's happening with this? This is really interesting.
Yes, we will. Definitely. Love to be back on with you.
All right. Thanks so much, Pastor Greg. We appreciate it. And we continue on with more Live Now from Fox in just a little bit. We're going to take a quick 2-minute break. Stay right here with us as we have more news and coverage from across the country.